Hey, welcome everybody. Tonight we have the award-winning DJ Mannie Faces, who was the Indiana State Manager for the Fleet DJs. How you doing today, Mannie? You had to unmute.
I'm doing good, Kermit. What's going down? What's going on, family?
Mannie, how long have you been DJing?
Man, I've been DJing since, I don't want to tell my age, but I'm like 5'0", and I've been DJing since 8th grade. So you talking like, yeah, you talking like 30 plus, 30 plus
Okay,
years.
okay, yeah. You look a lot younger. You don't look like me. I'm 70. You don't look like me.
Wait a minute, Kermit. I ain't quite there yet. I'm not quite there yet. But I'm on, but listen, 70, and getting up in your age is a good thing, right? You feel me?
Yeah, matter of
Because
fact, myself and Queen Karen, we're proud to be, well, she's a year older than me. But we're very proud of that because
I
in my
love it.
case, I'm just happy to be here. Everybody else in my family's already gone.
Hey, listen. That's a beautiful thing, man. Because the way the world's going now, boy, people, the way health, wealth, and how these people are just out here with this violence is kind of crazy. So a lot of people don't get to see your age, man. So salute, you feel me?
Yeah,
Salute to you and Queen Karen and Mac, actually Funky Skunk too, you feel me? And probably Dizzy D, you feel me? So definitely.
yeah. Excuse me. Tell us a little bit about your life growing up and where you're from and where you grew up and all of that.
So I'm from Naptown. They call it Indianapolis, Indiana, the Midwest area. Um, I grew up. I really grew up in the hip hop, real heavy. There's a big story, because I actually have, I lived in Nap, but I've also lived in Oakland, California for a little while, and which allowed me to also at an early age develop my music, not as a DJ, but as an MC. So there was one point in time where I stopped DJing probably for about 10, 14 something years and, started MCing because I seen a movie called Crush Groove. If people don't know, I don't want to tell my age, and I kicked the turntables over and I wanted to rap.
Did you say Oakland, California?
Oakland, California.
Oh my
Actually, I
God.
was living in San Leandro, California, which is,
Still
Oakland.
I
Basically,
have a
that's
lot of
Oakland.
relationships out there in the Oakland, San Francisco area. So I'm
Yeah, I
going
ran all
to
through Oakland. I ran all through. I used to ride the BART train. I was all through Fillmore, over in San Francisco. I was everywhere. Being a knucklehead, basically being a
Richmond,
knucklehead.
Richmond, California too. Matter of fact, E40's sister used my invite to join Clubhouse back in the day.
Oh
You know,
wow,
yeah,
wow.
so like I said, I know a whole lot of people out there. I had helped her years of how we met. I don't remember how we originally met, but I
Hmm.
was helping her promote her perfume back in the day, like 30 years ago.
Okay.
And I just kept in touch with her over the years. But is anybody else in your family involved with the music industry?
I had a cousin of mine. Well, my auntie actually, she was too. She was out in LA for a little bit, Bonita Miller. But I also had a cousin, Joseph Morrow, who was actually vice president for a while at Electra Records. So as far as that, yeah. But as far as dibbing and dabbing, yeah, I got family that's DJs and stuff like that, but not nobody that's like trying to take it to another level. We just like music, we just love music.
Well, we actually have an award-winning Indiana snitch on here that's telling everybody how long you've been DJing. But I'm not going to mention their name because I'm trying to stay alive to make it to 71. But Tell us a little bit about what you're doing, like the Strong Side Radio, and all that stuff.
So I actually, shout out to my other, my partner, one of my, co-founders, DJ Head Rush. Me and him started Strong Side Radio around COVID, actually around COVID. And we started it. We wanted to start it as a podcast. And he's actually, him and one of my cousins is actually two of the guys, you know what I'm saying, that got me actually inspiration back into DJing, you know. When me and him got close, I really wanted to get back into DJing, so that's how that happened. But the Strong Side Radio situation, me and him started that. And it's funny because it actually wasn't called Strong Side Radio, the first company that we made. It was called Block Burner Entertainment. And one day, I got drops made. I had everything made. And his cousin came over to the house and we was over there chilling. And he heard all the drops. He said, "Yo, man, y'all might not want to take that name." I said, "What's going on?" You know, uh, that's a big gang in Naptown. You feel me? Back in the days. You feel me? That, probably about 6, 7 years, like I said, I'm telling my age again. You feel me? And he was like, "Yo, you might not want that." And they was on RICO charges and all this other shit. So we was like, "Yo, yeah, we're gonna scratch that." So Head Rush, shout out to Head Rush. Head Rush created the name Strong Side Radio because he's a big football. He loves football. And he was like, "Yo, what's the toughest, you know, uh, defense, you know, when you're doing things, what I'm saying, even on offense, you feel me, when you're playing football, say, when you have a person running that way or you building the defense on that side, it's the strong side." So we came up with Strong Side Radio, and then shout out to my boy Check One, who made the logo for us, and that's been going like ever since the podcast. And we got real big on that. And shout out to you, Kermit the Superstar Maker, and shout out to DJ Punch 317 because it actually elevated us into Throwdown Thursdays. And now with his Strong Side Throwdown right now, y'all gave us the blueprint, into the situation and how to move and how to put the podcast together. So I definitely want to shout you out, and I definitely want to shout out DJ Punch. You feel me, for that situation? Because if it wasn't for y'all, actually it wouldn't be no Throwdown Thursdays. Even with Punch, because he was like, "Yo, man, we got nothing on Thursdays, man. Let's what you want to do? Let's do this. Let's be." He like, "Yo." I'm like, "Yo, let's do that. Let's do Thursdays then. Let's do the Thursdays, and went from Thursday, Throwdown Thursdays to Strong Side Throwdown. You feel me? And that's how that came. And Strong Side Radio, that comes from, that stems from me and, Head Rush and trying to create a whole brand around that whole name. Doesn't matter what it is, Strong Side Apparel, Strong Side Music Group, which I got, music out right now. So a Strong Side Music Group, and Strong Side Radio, you feel me, which we have a radio station, So it was a long process, but Hair Rush will tell you that when I got back into DJing, I was like, I just wanted to hear myself blend, which is true. I just wanted to hear myself blend again because Naptown, we are known for blending. So I just want to hear myself blend again once I picked up some more equipment. And I just ended up in different coalitions. Just searching, just I went down a rabbit hole and ended up in, I love it though. Building a relationship with y'all, ECMD, building with Mixaholics, Stop Beefing, Hype Magazine, Fleet DJs, Next Level, which we ain't talking about no more. You know what I mean? But we had to put that in there because that is part of our history. DigiWax, Nerve, you name it. So the list goes on, and I'm very humble and appreciative that people look at us, you know what I'm saying, as a brand And, my whole point was for us to go down in history and, in Naptown. So when people talk about us 200 years, when they talk about the history, 200 years from now or 100 years from now, they mention Strong Side Radio.
What's amazing is that all the different DJ coalitions, but I just see the Fleet DJs just like came out of nowhere and just blew up and looked like they just took over. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. Nerve DJs, which we got DJ did the D on here. He's a co-founder of Nerve DJs, but Nerve DJs started in 2003. I joined in 2008, and the first job I had was sergeant of arms. With make sure people act right, shut their mouth up, pay attention to what they're doing, because DJ was doing interviews and stuff, and to pay attention, not be talking and whatever. So that was my first job. Then I became like the manager or whatever of that, and that's like just being like underneath Dizzy D, Johnny O, and the other co-founders, but still like managing some things, most on the gangster side. You know how I manage.
Right.
How like when I come over to Indianapolis, you know what I do over there. Everybody lock the doors and stuff and pretend they're not home. But anyway, so it's like so back in 2008, I remember like I was going to a lot of conferences. And I remember I would say Nerve DJs, and people like they wouldn't laugh in my face, but I could tell it was biting their tongue and lips because they was like, who was that? So I just was proud to see everybody blowing up, Nerve DJs, Fleet DJ, everybody I met, CX1 DJs, DJ Butter Rock, my boy. We used to go to events in Atlanta and just tear it up. By the fact we was at one event, the DJ Punch couldn't get in, so we went to the door and made him let DJ Punch in because he got there late as normal. His normal routine, getting there late, but we got him in, and we, was making famous people take pictures with us and stuff, even that didn't want to take pictures. It was fun being around him. It was,
That's not true,
crazy, as you all know.
That's not true. That's not true, sir. Tell the story right if you're gonna tell it.
I'm talking about that award show that you could not get in.
I know what the hell you're talking about, but that's not what happened. I was not late.
Okay, well, if you know what I'm talking about, just shut up then.
Yeah, okay. You tell it right.
Tell your story when you raise your hand and we call on you. You can correct me then.
Tell it right.
Don't correct me live. Matter of fact, let me stop the recording. You can correct me. But anyway, so it was just nice to see everybody. And then recently, with everybody working together to do the night calls, like with Snoop Dogg and different ones, and Tyrese and stuff like that. That was really amazing that people can work together, because normally we don't work together like that. So I was really impressed with that.
Well,
to
piggyback off that, I want to, once again, I'm gonna humble myself again, but as a DJ, when I left, came back, I came as an MC. Yeah, and I was messing, when I was in Oakland, I was messing with a Sonny nicknamed Goldie. I was messing with Too Short. I was messing with all these cats, but sat in on the Get In Where You Fit In album, Dangerous Music Studios. But I wasn't ready. When I came in as a DJ at the age that I'm at right now, everybody that I ever wanted, not everybody I ever wanted to work with, but some of the people that I've had on my walls, you remember the magazines we used to have, Black Beat, remember all these magazines we used to have with all the artists and everything in them, I was able to put out, songs with these cats, you know what I'm saying, and build relationships with these people as a DJ. As a DJ, not an MC, as a DJ. So it's crazy, how the analogy works, even with working with them, you feel me? And it may be because of the resources, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to, like I humble myself again, shout out to all the resources that I've acquired, you feel me, and able to move different artists in different platforms and different situations, to whereas when I go and ask for certain situations, that it just happens. It just happens. Like, yo, yeah, I got you. Don't even worry about it. And I never seen that side. I know you have, Kermit, because you've been in the game for a long time. You feel me? You know the barter system. You feel me? You know there's a system out there, where I scratch your back, you scratch mine. You feel me? But that comes from relationships. You feel me? In the relationships that you build. But I never experienced that until you guys, everybody on this platform, you know what I'm saying? And I really understood it. You feel me? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You feel me? Yeah, you can have the knowledge, you can have the wisdom, but then you got to get the understanding. You feel me? And sometimes people don't give you that understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, you can lead that horse to the water, to the water, but you got to teach yourself how to drink. You feel me? You're not gonna do that. You feel me? So it was crazy. You feel me? It was almost like a three-piece punch. You feel me? Like, yo, you see all these resources you got? Yo, you see all these relationships you done built? You know, uh, do what you need to do. And yeah.
Well, I like the way all you guys, working together closely. And when Queen Karen goes off the roll call on the pet party on Clubhouse every Sunday at 5:30 Eastern Time, she'll go start your week with DJ Punch and start your weekend with Throwdown Thursdays. It's just
Hey,
amazing
listen,
like how everything just come together. Like the beginning,
Queen,
start your week and end your week.
yeah, Queen Karen coined, shout out to Queen Karen because Queen Karen coined where the weekend begins for Throwdown Thursdays, which is now Strong Style Throwdown. She coined that. So salute to the queen. And she's always been a major supportive of what we do. And that's why I said you too. You feel me? I mean, hell, you record our sessions, man. You're there. You feel me? And when you don't have to, when you can't, you like, yo, I have make your ear hot entertainment come in. You feel me? And somebody else record it. You feel me? So it's like y'all been supportive of us from day one. Day one. So salute.
I appreciate that because a certain person out here don't give me credit for Monday, but I appreciate you really giving that credit. Matter of fact,
Check
a little
comments.
bit of his history. When this show first started, it's supposed to have been like four people, me, him, and two ladies. The two ladies didn't show up, so then we inserted Queen Karen and Model Counter Smith. So that was the original, thing. Then one day Punch woke up one morning, DJ Punch 317 woke up one morning and said, wait a minute, I'm gonna put out a new flyer. Guess what? This is gonna have me on. And I'm like, I'm okay, because I don't care. I'm more so behind the scenes anyway. So to me, it was funny. I don't know how Queen Karen or Model Counter Smith, felt about it, but they still support it. So evidently it wasn't a problem. It's just kind of funny to me. But
Hey, it's Mixaholics, man. This is company, man. This is brand.
That's not how it happened, Kurt. You gotta tell it right.
And but the one thing I do like about Mixaholic is the one show that we promoted from the very beginning to say uncensored. So that would let people know, like anything you hear, like on Tuesday, we don't like, cuss or anything real negative or whatever. Tuesday is about music business, legends, stuff like that. Matter of fact, on our next show, September 9th, we have somebody that's kind of famous on there. You'll find out when I get this drop soon. Supposed to get this drop this week. You'll see who it is. I'm also have a future show that's going to have somebody huge in the industry that's just as big as just as big as Jay-Z or Snoop Dogg, for example. And I'm not talking about somebody like, I'm not talking about my nephew Big Hutch or Smooth B. We already had them a couple weeks ago. I'm not talking about.
What I'm saying, Kermit, you can't say it because listen. To me, I'm gonna tell you something. To me, those are legends. You feel me? I grew up on Above the Law. You feel me? Rest in peace to Chaos. You feel me? I grew up on them cats. You feel me? Like Murder Rap, all that shit when they were signing Ruthless Records. You know what I'm saying? When they first got the Ruthless Records. You feel me? So I mean, listen, everybody that you ever had, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, wait a minute. Oh, what the fuck? You feel me? Who's this on here? You feel me? Wait a minute. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And that's how I feel about a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? Even shout out to my cousin Will. You know what I'm saying? Will is a very intricate part. Will the Plug is a very intricate part of Strong Side. You know what I'm saying? He's been there since day one. You know what I'm saying? He's supported not only my dream, but my partner Head Rush's dream, and he's rocked with me heavy. You feel me? 100%. Even the arguments, even the disagreements that we've had, he's always stuck by me. You feel me? And stuck by Head Rush. You feel me? So it wouldn't be for us three, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be no strong side. It would not be no strong side radio. You know what I'm saying? And he's the program director over at Strong Side Radio. You feel me? He's the one that plugs everything in, you know, feel me, as far as the music and everything. So my cousin does a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? He does the flyers for us. You feel me? So definitely shout out to my cousin. You feel me? Well, the plug. You know, you gotta give everybody their flowers. You feel me? You gotta give everybody your flowers that is a part of your dreams. Because you gotta think about it. Everybody has their own dreams. You know what I'm saying, Kermit? Everybody. Even when you was in a record store, you was doing your thing, and you was doing your major thing. Everybody was, you know what I'm saying, even though everybody was doing their thing, they were still putting an intricate part and energy into your dream. You feel me? What you got going on. So you have to respect that. You feel
Let me
me?
tell you something
Y'all
interesting
come
about
on.
what you just said about a person's dream. One thing that
Yeah.
I've always done, I had my best friend, Beverly Taylor, she had a retail store too called Joy Music in Cleveland. She also worked for Motown part-time.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a thing like, we had an agreement, you know, that she was going to talk to all the bosses at the label. She said, I'm going to talk to the neons, you talk to the peons.
Right.
Okay, so what's interesting about that is that peons become neons, right?
Yeah.
Like even back in the day, when I went to New York to visit MCA Records, they had Commissioner Gordon's wife was a person that took me around. She was working there at MCA Records. You know, they picked her. It's like, hey, you take this retailer around, show them New York City. And this is a famous lady. She worked with Alicia Keys. You know, she was part of Alicia Keys publishing company, I think it was. You know, they worked with Lauryn Hill and the Fugees, you know, all that kind of stuff. So you never know where a person's going to end up at. And the funny part, like, okay, you see this Adele plaque behind me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
The person that was at the record label or associated with the record label, they were definitely a peon back in the day.
Right.
But they were neon enough to make sure that I was a part of the growth and the success of the Adele and plenty other stuff, you know, including they're the ones that got me the interview with 50 Cent and G Unit. When that was the first interview they had the new member from New Orleans in it. You know, I don't know if he was around.
What was his name? What's the little young dude name? What was his name? I know you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. He was a young cat. He was a young one.
Yep. Punch and DJ Dizzy D was there back then. But see, one thing about you Indiana guys, you're some nice guys. I really like you guys, even though you don't listen very much. You know, I had just told somebody, you know, we don't cuss on Tuesday, and about 10 seconds later, I'm hearing cussing. But that's normal for Indiana. That's why I love you guys. You don't listen, but you really, you know, like getting high and having a good time and all of that. Even though I don't smoke or drink, but I enjoy watching you guys have a good time.
But you hear this, man?
He's saying that while he drunk right now.
I don't know about that. But anyway,
well,
back to my questions.
Mm-hmm.
Have you told us about everything that you're involved with, like your shows that you got going, the live radio? Did you hit everything already?
Well, you know, I got a lot of radio shows. I definitely got like 4 of them. I got Trapped in a Nap. It's called Take a Ride on Strong Side Radio, which is on Trap Radar Radio. Vibe in 102.3 MMR. I have the what is it? The Face the Music Mix show. On my radio station, I have a Strong Side Radio show. What else I got going on? We actually have a show, me, Willie Bangs, shout out to DJ Willie Bangs, DJ Chill, that we put out every week. It's called 60 Minutes of Independent Labor, where we actually focus on independent artists. So we encourage artists to send us their music so we can actually, play it on that radio segment. I have that, and I have a lot of music out. I just have a lot of music. I have a lot of albums out, a lot of singles that I've been pushing that I really need to really focus on, you feel me? Because I haven't really been really doing what I need to be just do with those, you know, on my albums and stuff like that. Shout out to my partner DJ Hairbrush. He just came over here and cussed my ass out about that, but you know, it's all good. But other than that, you
So
know,
you do have this mixtape out, right?
I'm just trying to have fun. I think a lot of people don't understand. I'm just trying to have fun. So the money part, it kind of hits me in the head afterwards. You feel me? After I have a lot of stuff out and things like, yo, man, you need to be doing this. Yo, you need to be doing that. Yo, you need to be doing this, and that. I was just more excited being in the game, you know, and dealing with the people that I'm dealing with. I don't care if people think I was just dumb or whatever, man, but it's just what it was, man. You know, life is short. You know, you don't have too long to live. You know, people say that, you know, tomorrow's not promised. No, this second's not promised. So I was just living. You feel me? When I was putting out a lot of music, my first music, now I'm on it. But when I was putting out my first music and stuff like that, I didn't care, man. I just wanted to put it out. I just wanted to hear it. I wanted people to hear it. You feel me? And I was just happy people was just messing with me.
How long have you been a producer? Like I know you have some records out now. And I think I saw a video with you in it too, right? Recently
Yeah.
on the artist.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that project.
Yeah. So Nap York City DJ, shout out DJ Willie Bangs. You feel me? Me and him put out a project called Nap York City. Basically what we did was we put out he put out 4 artists from his region. I put out 4 artists from my region, you know what I'm saying, which he's from New York. And then we put out another one, a bonus track with me and him that was collaborated with me and him. And we just put out, you know, we put that project out, man, just to show people that that the boroughs and, you know, it's from the Midwest to the East. You know, we trying to show people that we united. And also we was showing people that very rarely, you know, a lot of DJs put out mixtapes. You feel me? I kind of follow the mode of
So welcome everybody.
talent.
Tonight we have
Yeah, I kind of follow the mode of
the
DJ Khaled.
award-winning DJ Mannie Faces. Okay, go ahead. Recording on YouTube back in the phone.
So basically the Nap York City album, that's the latest project out. I've been putting out singles. I actually just put out another single probably a couple of months ago with Vito Gatz called Actress. I got another one coming out right now with Never, with Crucial Conflict, from Crucial Conflict, and my son, COM Young Rico, and me, and it's called I Him. So that'll be hitting the airwaves here pretty soon. We're gonna run a real campaign heavy on that. You feel me? So I actually have the track. That track is hot, you know what I'm saying? But I'm finna get it mastered and everything like that. When I got it back, I was just amazed about the track. But like I said, me messing with all y'all, it just allowed me to deal with legends. You and Punch, shout out to Punch and Kermit the Superstar Maker, and Money Match, Stop Beefing. It allowed me to mess with a lot of different legends and be able to maneuver and put out things, you know what I mean? So I'm humble. I'm humble, man, to be able to do this, because I didn't think about this. You know, I never thought I'd be doing this, you know what I'm saying? You know,
hell. Hey, Manny, speaking of Tom Rico, I really like that guy. It's like, I like the way he comes on the call. He got a unique picture with him looking up. And what people have to understand is that when you're doing something, whatever it is, right, what makes you different from anybody else? And so he come on there, what makes him different? He goes like, you look at it and say, wait a minute, who's this guy looking up? You know, so he has that, you know, thing, and he's a, you know, nice guy, on Instagram. You know, I found, you know, big take some information and stuff. It's like, you know, I don't mind working with, you know, people that's really cool, you know, like that, you know, that's like, that you meet, and they really nice. It's a couple on here now I just met recently.
Yeah.
Like Naomi G, you seen her for the first time like a week or so ago.
Yeah.
We got somebody on here brand new now. Let's see the name. Young lady was just on here a second ago. She may have left, but I just started communicating with her today,
Mm-hmm.
and she jumped on for a minute. And her name is, tell you what, Evelina Hernandez was on here, but she wasn't under that name. She probably was on here under her business name.
Mm-hmm.
But so, excuse me. So my next question for you is okay, I know what I want to tell you. So now, if you notice, I got my Death Row plaque up, right? 100 million soul.
I'll see that.
So I put it up for a reason. I put it up especially for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? You know why I did that, Manny?
Why you do that?
Because even though your uncle is incarcerated right now in New York City, that you DJ for, I saw Manny in the video. So to carry on the tradition, if you want a producer or something all up in your video dancing and throwing up signs and all of that, join DJ Mannie Faces record label because he's following up the same routine his uncle doing. I'm still on the same thing my nephew was doing.
If my folks don't come off motherfucking music and help me over here, Punch, where the fuck you at? Heroes, where the fuck you at? Y'all listen, he got me cussing on his show because he over here acting up, y'all. What is going on around here?
Well, I'm just saying, if they want to work with somebody who's going to be all dancing in your video and standing in front of you and rapping more than you rapping on your own music, fine with DJ Mannie Faces. That's all I'm saying. I'm giving you your flowers.
I'm just listening right now because we back on YouTube, so I'm just tuning into the great story.
Man, what is going on, man, over here, man?
For the record, too, is for defending my platform on Monday nights. We do deal in much professionalism, and we just had a legend on there this past week, Slim from 112, and he had a great time, and all of our guests have a great time, and we have been going for 5 years now when Kermit said it wouldn't work.
Slander, man. Slander.
Yeah, that's because the first night you started to have a show, it was a storm in Indianapolis, knocked out the Wi-Fi and the lights and everything. And you wanted to give up. The first day you wanted to give up. I said, no, we're not doing that. I'll sign into your account. I'll come on. Even if you go in and out, off and on, it'll still work. And here we are 5 years later, after I made you get to start your first call. Told you that you couldn't fail and that you couldn't be flunked.
I didn't want to quit. I was thinking about a rescheduling because of the situation, but yeah, you definitely came through in the clutch for sure. Salute for that.
Right, and now we don't even worry about rescheduling and all of that. We just keep going, whatever we got to do. Top 99, quick interview, whatever, and we go home. But I'm gonna ask a couple more questions. I'm gonna open up to everybody else. Are you doing any kind of events or whatever yourself now? Live? I know you're on the radio and got stuff going with the music, but are you or any of your groups performing anywhere or having events coming up?
Well, so we got the Rich Fest coming up, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Illy Octane, you know what I'm saying? Rich Harvest. We got the Rich Fest coming up this weekend that I have the Indiana Fleet DJs involved in this whole situation. A lot of artists are coming in town to perform for 2 days. So it's gonna be a movie, definitely gonna be a movie. And basically that's probably about it what I got going on right now. You know, I do a lot of shows. I got this lot, you know, honestly, shout out to my boy Ross DJ, you know what I'm saying, Eddie. You know, he's you know, me and him have been trying to implement, and we've been doing a pretty good job these last couple of runs we've done. Implement the Latin community with our culture. You feel me? He's a DJ, I'm a DJ. So he comes in, he plays Latin music and stuff like that. And I come in, I play Afro, hip hop, and that nature. And it's been working pretty good so far now. So that's about all that I got going. I got that actually going on Friday too at a club down here off Michigan Road here in Indianapolis, Labor Day weekend. So Labor Day weekend gonna be a busy situation. Then I got a lot of music videos that's finna drop. Me and G Hall finna do a music video for The Godfather. And me and Mouse P finna do a music video for the song Chevys that I got. So I'm just trying to stay busy and, you know, trying to you know, stay relevant.
Let me recognize some of the people that's in here right now. That's still in here. We've been on here about an hour so far. Let me just recognize some people still here. First, like I said, I want to mention the young lady that came in for the very first time. Her name is Evelina Hernandez, but she came in on her business name, which I don't think I see it now unless she changed something in here. I want to talk to everybody that's on here. Of course, we got me and you. We got Naomi G, like I said, who's somebody new out of Texas. There she go. And then we got artist BBY, the most successful artist, the most successful new artist I dealt with last year.
Okay.
A record #1 on DRT for 4 weeks. Only person that beat her out was Warren G and Ty Dolla $ign. So she's probably the most successful female on that so far with a song. And it's called Pack Me Up. Then we got Sincere the PPE, NE3 Music. We got Make Ear Hot Entertainment out of Chicago, Illinois, management company, publishing company, and recording studio. And like you said, they do come in and help me out when I can't record something, I can't do something. I can always depend on the rail, Make Ear Hot. Plus, we got DJ Punch 317 with the Mixaholic Mondays every single Monday. No counseling, no nothing. We got Paul the Funky Skunk, everybody's uncle in Indianapolis, Indiana. And he has a lot of stuff out too. I think it's like 200 records out or something.
Yes,
and then we got Will Gamble the Plug. That's also part of Throw Down Thursday. Then we have Brent Barlow out of Los Angeles. Friend of my guy, John Wilson. John Wilson's the guy that introduced me to Joe Jackson, who I worked with for 14 years from 2003 to 2017. That's Michael and Janet's dad. And I tell people all the time, who do you know that worked with Joe Jackson and worked with Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, when he had his Music World gospel label back in the day going through Sony?
Shit, I know somebody.
Okay, good. Then we got DJ Head Rush, that's part of your thing on Thursday night. Throw Down Thursday. Then we got DJ Crowd Pleaser. That must be somebody from Cleveland, because we had a guy called the Crowd Pleaser back when I started my retail store back in 1975. Crowd Pleaser. I kind of took some of his shine and add my shine to it. Another guy with a store called the Sound Center. And last but not least, we got multi-platinum Grammy Award winner singer-songwriter producer Michael J. Calhoun, who is one of the co-founders of the Dash Band, and he's made history recently by charting in 6 different genres of music. Also, we had Dizzy D on here earlier, who was the co-founder of the Nerve DJs. That's all I remember. So let me go back to the few questions I got for you before we turn you over to everyone else to have a thing. I know you got a couple awards, like from Digital Radio Tracker, for songs that you guys promoted. You and Punch and the whole gang promoted, and they did real good on the chart. Have you had any other kind of accolades other than that so far in your career?
I won 2 Fleet Grinder of the Year awards. You feel me? That's about it. Like I said, I haven't been really putting myself out there like that. Besides, a lot of my accolades, I'm not gonna even lie to you, Kermit. A lot of my accolades come from people like you, Punch, Money Matt, and a lot of different people. You feel me? That hang with me and that I be around. From them just speaking, them just saying something about me, like, yo, man, you feel me, this and that. And then that makes me realize, because like I said before, I'm just doing, a lot of this stuff I'm just doing for fun. So I don't even realize a lot of this stuff. You feel me? So even with the awards, I don't even really pay attention to. You feel me? Like, yeah, whatever. You feel me? Because honestly, I really don't care. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't care. You feel me? I really don't. So
I'm gonna get you an award for being on Zoom. I'm just of all the DJs we have on Zoom.
And a lot of that comes from me now. There's a lot of things that we need to do in our company, and stuff like that, as far as our algorithms and stuff like that. You feel me? To be able to be like, okay, this is what it is. So I get that part.
I'm gonna give you an award where you just beat out Punch just a little bit on this award. It was almost a tie, but you beat him out. You want to know what the award is?
What's that?
Being high on Zoom the most.
That's because he got his camera off.
You barely beat Punch Out.
That's because he got his camera off. But listen, I wouldn't be, I have another alter ego that's going to be coming out, y'all. And a lot of people know this. Shout out to Willie Bangs. We definitely, 420, a new album will be dropping because of Mr. 420. You feel me? That's my other alter ego. So,
what are some of your favorite moments in your career so far?
Favorite moments?
Yeah.
Zoom calls, dealing with legends, sitting back talking to people like Code 187, who I, fucking admire. Hutch, I mean not Hutch, I just talked to Code 187. Cujo, Muggsy, some of the legends, just dealing with some of the independent artists themselves. Has been a nice journey. Even, what's been surprising to me was the lot of, so many, us having this platform, it has opened my eyes up to how much talent that we have here in Indianapolis alone. We ran into so many artists and they'd be like, yo, I'm from that. That? For real?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised about that. Y'all really got some good talented people over there in Indianapolis. I don't know.
Well, it just goes to show you, what I'm saying, that it goes back to, are they doing it for fun? Are they trying to market themselves, or what are they trying to accomplish out of what are they trying to do? Are they just trying to hear themselves in the car? You got some people generally that just want to hear themselves in the car,
I argue with artists all the time about, do you want to just be the biggest thing in your apartment building, your neighborhood, or your city, or you want to be big around the world? Because I'm looking for international superstars to work with.
Facts.
I'm not talking about today that now. I don't mind helping develop them.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I don't want nobody just want to be the big guy on the block or whatever, or their city or their neighborhood.
Well, you're not telling them wrong, because it's not the fact of who you want to deal with. It's the fact that they're in a fork in the road. What is it that they want? They need to look in the mirror and figure out what they want to do for themselves. Basically, that's what it is.
What keeps you motivated?
Y'all, everybody around me, different music. Me sitting around being like, yo, I got to keep it going. The young generation itself. Hell, social media. If you're not on social media and constantly, which is tiring, like this, constantly putting out content, it's like the attention span is like, and you can see this. You can really see this, even in your algorithms. When you own these different social media platforms, you can be doing things and pushing it out. Everything goes up, everything goes up. The minute that you get off 3, 4, 5 days, you come back. Now you got to build it back up a little bit again. Yeah, they still be there, but you still have to, like what? And I don't know, it's because they may be messing with the algorithms or, whatever it is. But yeah, you see that. So, like I said, my motivation comes from all y'all, man.
Now, you said when you first started, were you DJing or making music first when you first started?
What you say now?
Were you DJing or making music when you first started? When you was 8 years old, you say you started. I think you say 8 years old or something.
I was in 8th grade.
Okay, so
when I got my first tables, my techniques. You feel me?
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So
I was DJing. I was DJing.
Okay.
I was DJing for high schools. I was DJing for birthday parties at an early age. So sometimes I look at myself and be like, yo, what if I would have stick to that?
Okay.
It's always that what if sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, what if?
So now that you're old as dirt, what would you say to your person? What would you say to you when you was in the 8th grade? If you know what you know, knowing what you know now, what would you tell that kid in the 8th grade about DJing, the music industry, or whatever, other than telling them don't go, on stage, dancing on stage, and getting in front of the artists and rapping more than they rap? What else would you tell them?
I would tell him don't go. I would have told him don't go MCing. Go just keep DJing. Keep
Okay.
DJing because that's what got you in the door. And I had said that a long time ago. I've said that to some of my partners when I told them that I was gonna get back into DJing. I said, man, when I was looking at the research, I was looking at everything. I said, man, even getting in clubs or how you moving and stuff like that, it's much easier to move around as a DJ than it is an MC.
Okay.
Look it up. It really is. You feel me? So I was like, I would tell my younger self that. You feel me? That
When
would
it's
probably
all
be
said
one
and done, when
thing.
you make my age, when you get to be 70, when it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to go down. I want to go down in history with me and my partner and even my cousin as putting a dope ass motherfucking brand together. Strong Side Radio.
Okay, well, you're on your way.
Yeah.
You're on your way. Are there any new artists out here, brand new artists outside of Indianapolis, outside of who you're dealing with just brand new artists out here in the world that you would like to work with, whether produce them, DJ for them, or whatever?
You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't even think about them as being new. You feel me? Some of the females out here, I would like to work with Glow. I'm really I really like Glow. You feel me? And Moneybag Yo, I would like to work with Moneybag Yo. Not gonna lie.
Are you gonna
Rest
record
in
it while
peace.
she's in
Rest in
jail? Or you gonna
peace.
wait to figure it out?
Hey, listen. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. I would have loved to work with Young Dolph. You feel me? I ain't gonna even lie to you. Shout out to Punch. Punch really turned me on Young Dolph. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Punch and Lex Luger were telling me about Young Dolph. I'm like, who?
Yeah,
Young
yeah.
Dolph?
He really got me. Yeah, Punch really got me, you know what I'm saying, checking out Dolph.
Hey, and then they both turned around and told me about Moneybag Yo too.
Yeah. And then one artist I would really love to work with right now, if I can get something from him. And bro, I honestly, I'm gonna try to put this together. I'm gonna try to figure something out. I don't give a fuck if I gotta come out some money. Is Larry June.
Who?
Punch, please tell him who I'm talking about. Where you at, Punch?
No, I didn't hear what you
Punch,
said.
where you at here, Rush?
Larry
I didn't hear what you
Jones,
said.
man.
Please tell him.
Larry
Please
Jones,
tell him.
he been out for a while now, but we've been playing
Yes.
records for quite a while on the shows. He got a new
Bay
record
Area
out,
brother.
E40 with E40. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he was on DigiWax. He was on
Yeah, he
DigiWax.
been on DigiWatch before, but
Yeah,
I'm
he got a lot of albums. He
open it.
got,
out for a while.
he been doing a
Okay,
lot of
I'm
he
about
been
to
doing a
open it
lot of
wide
things.
up. I just have one more thing that I want you to do. I want you to tell people on Zoom, on YouTube, and people that's going to see this in the future, how can they find you? How can they find Throwdown Thursday? How can they find Strong Side Radio? How can they find you anywhere, especially on social media?
All right, so social media, you can find me everywhere, DJ Mannie Faces. That's how it is now. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. Mannie
And that's
Faces.
spelled DJ Mannie, Mannie,
Yes,
Faces,
yes, yes.
Faces.
Yes, I took
DJ
under
Mannie.
that. I didn't take it as Minnie. I took it as Manny. I took it as
Right.
Manny. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a lot of love for Manny Fresh. Salute to Manny. You feel me,
Oh, okay.
Fresh? You feel
So
me?
you're a copycat.
No, I'm not a copycat. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? That is what it is. You feel me? I got a lot of love for the man. You feel me? I was a Cash Money fanatic, so definitely, and him as a producer, and him as a DJ. We can scratch everything as a producer, but y'all want to really check out Manny Fresh being as a DJ? Yo, no, he's a real DJ. He does not fucking play. You feel me? So definitely go check him out. You feel me? Go check
Okay, well,
him
I'm gonna
out.
open up everybody else now. Go ahead, Punch. You can now unmute and tell your lies.
I ain't doing no line, but that's the difference. But I put the link in the chat of the new E40 and Larry Jones song.
Yeah, E40
Okay.
Larry June is E40 Larry. Listen,
How
Larry
you feel me?
June. I would love to do a song with Larry June, and I already know it's quite possible. That's why I'm finna reach out and figure it out, and we're gonna go from there. Cause
Yeah, it can happen.
Everything now on this social media and everything now is so possible. It's crazy. You feel me? It's crazy.
Yeah, we got A-Ball MJG on tomorrow on DigiWax. So
I
yeah,
know that's what I'm saying. You
we
know what I'm saying? I know that's what I'm saying. And you know, first time I ever met MJG and 8Ball was doing the NAP concert when I'm in the building. You feel me? Backstage. You feel me? That's what's so crazy about that. You feel me? When I first met them cats. You feel me? And I was on my way to Oakland then. I'm talking to MJG. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way to Oakland now. I'm on my way to Oakland then to do actually a movie called Consequences. Yeah, I was in a movie too called Consequences. Low budget movie. It's called Consequences. Shout out to Mario Bombino and Debonair Productions. It was filming out in Oakland. You feel me? I was a major character in there. Me, Spice One, a few other people. So I got a little history. Sometimes I just be missing it and stuff like that, man. Because like I said, I just be having fun, man. I'm just grateful and humble that I'm able to move around and do what I do. You feel me? So I don't take it for granted. I just keep it moving.
That's what's so amazing about it. Getting paid for doing what you like to do, as opposed to just feeling like you're a slave somewhere and just working 9 to 5 or 12 hours a day and and never gaining anything.
Well, you know, I
Okay,
do that
anybody
too,
else have
though.
anybody on here got any questions for DJ Mannie Faces? You heard the story. He's starting to get high now, so catch him before he get too high.
I just got a question. When you gonna run the video?
He want the Larry June video so bad. You
He don't know who Larry. If he's saying he don't know who Larry is, it's like, you got to tap in so you know who we talking about.
I
I
guarantee you.
actually like you.
Listen, Punch. I guarantee he know Larry June. When he hear this shit, he gonna be like,
Yeah,
oh.
or when he see
Nah,
the
he might not. Nah, he
picture.
might know the He might not know the E40 song, but the last album, I guarantee you, he knows songs off that album.
He don't
Especially
listen to shit. He don't listen to nothing, man.
nah, but see, Larry June was on DigiWax, and I know his sleepy ass was there. I
Yeah,
know
he was on that. Yeah, he was
he
on
was
that.
on there. I know he was on there. I know he was on.
Well,
He
here's the
probably
thing.
distributed one of his records though about 10 years ago, or
He
somebody.
probably did. He probably. That's what I said. When he seen me, he be like, "Man, I know who Larry June is. He hang out. I know his father. You know what I'm saying? His name is such and such." He be like, "Damn, look at this shit. See what I'm talking about? See Kermit, man. He be on some other shit. Y'all gotta watch Kermit, y'all. Kermit be on some other shit, y'all. He be knowing too many people. He like the Godfather."
Well, you know what you have to realize is that what I'm famous for is not listening to music. I'm famous for it doesn't matter what you give me, I'll make it happen. That's what made me famous in the real world for real.
That's called entrepreneurship, boy. That's called a hustler for real. Shit.
Yeah. You know, and that's like, I'm just giving an example. Like back in the day, AOG and the Bulldogs, you familiar with Teddy
I
Ted
remember them.
from
Boy,
back in the day. I was one of the few people, I think they made 20 plaques up for that project. And I was one of the 20 people in the whole United States that got a plaque because I was very influential in breaking that AOG and the
wow.
Bulldogs back in the day.
Wow.
Also, I was talking with somebody the other day. I just sent them a picture of my Nas plaque that I got, right, from Nas' album.
Right.
And what happened was they only made 20 of those plaques. So when I received it from Rough House Records, they say, don't show this to anybody else. Just keep it in your office or at home because we only made 20 of these. We don't want people getting jealous. Like, what is he doing with that? Matter of fact, I got in trouble back in the day, a few years back, when I got those Dr. Dre plaques for my team. And some DJs got jealous and called the label and complained and all that. So they decided to put me on timeout for a little while on getting plaques. But that's interesting. I mean, it's not really like haters. It's like it's just like, wow, why this person got one? I don't have one. Why this person got one? Well,
Hey, well, listen, definitely shout out to Punch. I wouldn't have my first plaque if it wasn't for him. You feel me? So, we ran a campaign and it was successful. So definitely shout out to Punch for my first plaque on my wall. You feel me? So
Got a few more on the way, bro. Salute.
I'm telling you, man, for real, straight up. So definitely, man. That's why I said that shit was a good feeling. You feel me? So I definitely know the feeling, Kermit, with all them damn plaques you got over there.
That never gets old. Unwrapping plaques. It never gets old.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, we finna make it
Yeah,
happen
what's funny is
again.
that people be saying that, like, people that don't believe that I have over 200 plaques, right? But I've been saying for years I'm gonna make a list But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just start putting the pictures up.
Well, you were supposed to
that's
go
what
to
you
the
did. That's
stores
what you did
about
do.
15
That's what
years
you did
ago.
do.
He's
Yeah, I
supposed to go
started
to the
doing them.
stores 15 years ago, Manny Faces, and still
Yeah,
ain't
man,
yet.
bro. I swear to God.
Still ain't went yet.
Hey, listen. He lucky I ain't take none of them motherfuckers when the ones he came and got here. Nigga, I was
Yeah.
gonna motherfucking
Yeah.
take 2 of them and slide them in my
should've.
car.
I should have acted like I didn't know where they was at. I said,
Like,
man,
man, I don't know
somebody
where
got
they
the
at.
car.
I
Somebody
was putting motherfuckers on
robbed
the
the
wall.
car.
I was
Well,
putting motherfuckers on the
when
wall.
somebody
Like,
better,
yeah.
you better go rob that store that still got my plaque up in there too. That the guy won't return your calls because I got somebody that
Man, you
he'll
don't
return
need
the
none of
call.
them plaques, man. We come and get all them motherfucking plaques
No
anyway.
comment
Nigga.
on that. No
We
comment
come and
on
get
that
all them
matter.
plaques. Nigga, you just give me the address because we come and get all the plaques anyway. We're gonna have to put them up anywhere, somewhere else anyway.
No
So we gonna
comment.
get all the plaques. We're gonna need access.
I love me some social media gangsters that'll get on Zoom and threaten you and come on Clubhouse and say that
No,
they'll
no,
come to your house and beat you up. I love you
he
guys.
sit over. Now, see, he sit over talking about threatening him. I'm not talking about that, bro. I'm talking about taking your legacy and keeping it.
He ain't even talking about you though. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he over talking some slick shit. I'm
He
over
talking
here
about his
talking keeping your
buddy.
legacy.
He talking about his buddy. I got sponsors, so I can't talk.
Oh,
I can't talk how I used to on these calls, but he know what the real.
okay. Well, all right.
You know what
I
I mean?
missed that. I missed that. But like I said,
Yeah,
I'm talking about over here
talking about his friend.
is keeping your legacy going. Shit, I don't give a fuck what nobody else got going on, nigga.
I think he lying about the 200 gold platter plaques. I've been with him for 20
I
years.
don't think he lying.
I ain't seen not 2 of them yet. He was
What?
he was supposed to let me get the
He's
All
calling
Eyes
you
on
out,
Me
Curly.
Tupac. All Eyes on Me Tupac plaque, and I ain't seen it in 20 years.
Well, maybe we need to pull up on his ass.
Yeah, speaking of that, man, it's like I got, with MC Hammer, I have a very interesting story with MC Hammer because I got all of his stuff. But when he was at 7 million plaques, we were at a concert, 7 million. So we was at a concert in Cleveland, Ohio, at Richfield Coliseum back in the day. And we was backstage, a bunch of Browns players and stuff, and everybody was just congratulating Hammer on 7 million records. And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, get my history right, Vanilla Ice had just did the 7 million. So with Vanilla Ice being a little bit more of a crossover potential, people was like, Hammer ain't gonna go to no 7 million. So I said backstage, well, if it go 10 million, can I get a 10 million plaque? And I could tell like people even in his entourage was almost kind of like smirking or whatever, right? But guess what? It went to 10 million. I got a 10 million plaque. Now I don't have a picture of that one, but I do have a picture of the 7 million plaque. We want to have a picture of the 10 million plaque. Somebody had a break-in or somebody came in and bust that plaque off the wall. Just to show you about haterism, they bust the 10 million plaque, left the other plaques alone, but bust that plaque and a couple items I had on my desk. So, salute to the burglars, probably from Indianapolis, more than likely. Because they're known for burglars and people with white sheets and stuff that come to your house and all that kind of stuff. So that's what y'all known for. Anybody have any questions or comments for DJ Mannie Face before we get out of here tonight?
Run the music.
Which one?
Listen to him, man.
You want to play some Punch?
The link in the chat. Run that.
He talking about run the music. You hear him?
Oh, let me see.
Run that.
He won't run Larry June.
And tomorrow we got A-Ball and MJG coming on DigiWax 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We back at it. We do this for real. We don't just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the one that says your YouTube about 10 minutes ago?
Yep.
We do this for real. And we working with Slim 112 right now. They going on tour starting at Akron, Ohio, November the 5th. We setting up the after party. So if you see your city on there, reach out to me and turn me on to the promoter or the plug in your city. We looking to set up the after party, and I will be in attendance in the corner, not saying nothing. Smoking my weed. That's what I do.
Before I run that record,
I'll be in the background.
Anybody else have anything to say? Because once that record is over, I'm going to just end the call because I'm not going to put that on YouTube and get these prices. I'll be getting food around with Punch every Monday.
Man, here we go.
All right, here he go.
Name G, you want to say something, Name G?
With the slander. I know.
Go ahead, unmute. Name G and say something.
She muted.
I'm going to come by her house and teach her how to unmute.
Probably laughing at all the buffoonery.
No, because she on the phone. So she got to hear. You on the phone? Shake your head, yes or no.
Okay, well, unmute then.
Unmute then. If you're on your laptop.
dealing with all this buffoonery on here tonight.
She probably got a bunch of noise in the background. Is that what it is?
We got so we got the grassroots seminar coming September the 13th, y'all. You feel me?
Free DJ event.
Yes, it's another event. There she go. She off here now.
Sorry, guys. My high ass couldn't get me undone. Anyway.
Okay.
What's good, DJ Mannie Faces?
We need some of that.
Yeah, for reals. No, so what's good? I'm Naomi G with Blazing 420 WPAM Radio.
Okay.
Our radio station is by DJs for DJs. So go check us out. I'll put the link in the chat.
Definitely.
Thank you. I really, really enjoyed this interview. All the questions that I had, Kermit already asked. So thank you for all of that. I really enjoyed hearing, where have you been, where have you come from, the challenges and all of that. So thank you. That was a really good interview.
Appreciate it.
And
thank you.
Just keep going. You said you want to do your brand, just don't stop.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's me and my partner, you know what I'm saying, Brand, you feel me? And shout out to my cuz, you know what I'm saying, for implementing himself, because he has his own brand himself, you feel me? And he plays an intricate part of my brand and my boy's brand. And it's like, yo, we can't deny it. So I gotta humble myself for my cousin Will the Plug. You feel me? Definitely.
That's what's up.
So, and a lot of people that put in a lot of work for us. You feel me? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? That's Kermit, that's Punch, Willie Bangs. There's a lot of people, PPE, you feel me? There's a lot of people that the supporters and everybody that rock with us, that come on the show, you feel me? That support everything that we do. It just hits different. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you really recognize those folks. And what it allows you to do is just makes you hone in on what they got going on and what's going on with them. You feel me? And not recognizing what's going on outside of that, because if they not supporting you or whatever else is going on, then you like, yo, I'm gonna support these people that supporting what I got going on, my fans.
True. Yeah. And you've been in the game for quite a while, so you've seen all the changes that we've gone through with technology and everything we've gone through with listening to music from cassette tapes to CDs or vinyl, cassette, CDs, now streaming and all of that. So, I applaud you for staying up to date with everything and, just rolling with the punches, because a lot of people didn't make it because of those changes. A lot of people aren't adaptable the way you are or have been. So keep that up too, because what we're doing today, who knows, in a month or two is going to be something different. So just like you said, constantly posting. Like it's hard to keep up with sometimes. So I applaud you for doing that as well. I do follow you on Instagram, so I'm going to hit you up on there. To all the DJs on here, Blazing 420 has a DJ awards show coming up. So it's going to be held in Birmingham, Alabama. It's going to be a 3-day event, April the 17th through the 19th. So if any DJs would like to submit their, to register to be a part of the DJs Award, I'll put all the information in the chat, because we have that going on. That's open to everybody. It's not just a certain coalition here or there. That's open to everybody. So definitely. I'll put that.
I want you to
September you're talking about? Is that September?
Send it to my DMs too. Send that to my IG.
April. She said April.
Oh, April of next year?
Yeah. Okay. April 2026. April the 17th, 18th, and 19th.
That's a long time to plan for it, bro. That's a beautiful time.
We're gonna shoot down for that, Mannie Face. We shoot down.
Yeah, we definitely shooting down for that, bro. Yeah. That's something new. We definitely gotta shoot for that.
That'll be the same weekend as
on September 13th for that event, but I'm gonna need a bunch of security, because I've already had a bunch of threats from people about coming over there already.
Hey, Kermit, is that the same weekend as the SEAs?
I don't know, but it's the same weekend as my birthday is that Thursday.
She said 11th. April, though. She said April.
Oh, no. I don't know. No, I'm talking about September.
The 420 weekend. Well, right before 420, we're blazing 420, so we got to do it.
Yes. Let's go.
But whatever it is, I'm going to make her conference my priority, so it doesn't matter what else was going on. AC3 or whatever.
Send me, get my IG DMs and send me that link so I can know.
We definitely need that.
So I can definitely remember You know what I mean? So I can definitely get on there and be like, okay, this is what I
Yeah,
need.
we'll promote
We
that.
definitely gonna rock with that. We're
Because
gonna go and
he's so
anything you got going on.
high now. When this is over, he's not gonna even remember he did this interview.
We
Yeah.
all on the same boat. It's all good. I'll hit you up on Instagram.
Listen. Naomi, no, we're gonna remember all this. We remember everything. You feel me?
Right. We ain't gotta write it down either.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead and give me, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna link in, punching hours. We're gonna definitely link in so we can definitely get to that. That sounds dope. I love that.
Yeah, that's a big deal. We definitely need to
That's a
pop
big
out for
deal.
that.
That's a big deal.
It's like 8 or 9 hour job, but that ain't nothing for us. We'll knock that out.
Man, I ain't tripping like that, man.
Okay, anybody else got anything to
fly.
say to Mr. Mannie
We ain't tripping. We're gonna get there.
Is that representing the Pittsburgh Pirates or is that representing the Pittsburgh Pirates?
What are you talking about, man? I ain't no power rule, man. What you mean?
He wilding tonight, man.
He
Take
wilding
the
tonight,
off.
bro. He over here tripping. Like, what is wrong with you today, man? What team is it on my hat? That's what it is. You feel me?
Yeah, I remember when I used to go to California all the time in the early 90s, right? And I go to the car place. I used to go to Alamo because I always had the Cadillacs. I'll go to Alamo and they could not give me no red or blue car. I'm like, oh hell no. I don't want no red car, no blue car. We're talking about the early 90s, man.
But hey, no disrespect.
Red car, no blue car.
If it was anything, it wouldn't have been power rule, but that's not even me neither. Look at it's black and gold. So it would be, come on now. You feel
it would be what I'm about to put on my screen right now.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
that. Be this.
You feel me? It wouldn't be the power rule. You feel me? So
right.
But shout out to everybody.
It would be what I just put on my screen right there. There you go.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't look. You something else.
That's Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Where it is?
Chapter.
There it is.
Cleveland, Ohio.
That black
superstar maker. The Soul Survivor. December 1st, 1973. Went over by himself.
Black and gold.
I heard you wasn't from Cleveland. I heard you wasn't from Cleveland for real.
He had to perform and all that stuff you see on those movies where the 20 guys stepping and dancing.
He said
singing to the girls' dorm. I had to do all that.
Are you anywhere in that picture?
Yeah.
Where you at?
I'm at the end. I'm the tallest one.
Where the hell you at? Blow it up.
I'm the tallest one on there. Okay. Anybody got anything else before I play this song?
Yeah, I heard you wasn't from Cleveland for real.
I'm originally from Mississippi, Alabama.
Uh-oh.
No, all my people in Mississippi or Alabama, really. That's where my family's from, Mississippi and Alabama.
Yeah, ain't no wrong with that.
I had a question. I heard they ran you out of Cleveland. Is that true?
What?
Yeah,
they didn't do you like your partner from Next, did they?
Got him up out of there.
They do your partner from that one DJ Coalition, did they? Oops.
That's actually a true story. They ran me from Cleveland to East Cleveland. Once I got to East Cleveland, I was safe. Because for those who don't know the history of East Cleveland is the poorest community in Ohio. So come here if you want to. You may come in with money, but you ain't gonna leave with none.
How are we gonna come there then?
Okay. Goodbye, YouTube. I'm gonna play a song, so I'm